Hi kids, and welcome to another one of Emma's Snippets. The eagle-eyed among you may notice that I have a backpack on one arm, and that, kids, is because I'm an aging millennial, and when I was at school, if you wore your backpack on two arms, you could have the shit kicked out of you, and some habits die hard. But anyway, I thought I'd come on today and talk about a theme that's coming up with all my clients regularly and every time pretty much. And it made me realise that perhaps I should be focusing my practice a little bit more down that route. And that's on decision making, whether that be home, work, relationships, staying with someone, leaving someone, whether it's time to start dating, whether you should go for that promotion, whether or not you should drop your hours, whether or not you should move companies. Pretty much, no, I think it's fair to say all of my clients come to me for clarity around decision making. And what you need to understand, if you've got a decision that's plaguing you and you can't get clarity on your view, one day you feel it should be X, the next day you feel like it should be Y, you could try the pros and cons, you've done the pros and cons list, and the practicalities are one way, but then the emotional is the other, and what do you listen to and what way do you go? And the thing to think about and bear in mind is the reason these decisions are difficult to make is because beneath the surface of this question that's plaguing you is a whole host of assumptions, saboteurs, belief systems, learnt behaviours, cultural learnt behaviours, your own learnt behaviours. There's all sorts in there. Then there's that little voice who just fears the unknown, bet the devil and all that stuff. And so what you really need to do is start unpicking the beliefs and the thoughts behind those little voices, the beliefs and the thoughts behind the, well, I do want this, but I also want that, and why? And we start with, what is success to you? What is it that gets you out of bed in the morning, makes you excited? And you would have thought at the beginning of your career that it's your title, it's your income, it's authority in your field, it's respect by your peers, keeping up with someone, doing better than your big brother, this sort of thing. But it never ever is, which is why so many of my clients get to 30s, 40s, have these opportunities and think, I'm not happy. They've got the house, they've got the title, they've got the income, maybe they've got the kid they want, maybe they've got the partner, and they're not happy. So it's, what is it that actually drives you? What is it that's your core values and your mode of success? Then, what is the belief system that's holding you back? What do you believe about money? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about how you should be seen? What do you believe about how you should be heard? How do you feel that people perceive you? How much weight do you give people and their views? And perhaps that's something that you hadn't quite realised. Maybe you think, I don't give a fuck what other people think about me. Although it does bother me when Karen in the office says this, that really winds me up. Well, then you do give a fuck about what people think about you. And that's normal, right? That's wiring. That's in us from birth. Apologies if that's a bit loud, there's a bit of wind. But that's wiring from birth to keep us alive. We're community creatures. We need our tribe to survive. And so we keep the tribe happy. But we don't need that now. That's not what we need now, and that's not what you need. So once you start unpicking all of the nuances to you, your personality, your behaviours, your outlooks, beneath the surface, once you start thinking about those things, then you start to know yourself, what you really want, what your drivers are, what you're looking for. And when you start understanding that stuff, that's when your ability to trust your gut and your intuition becomes stronger. And also, you're able to look at your pros and cons list and be like, well, that's bullshit. That's just what I should write. I don't actually care about those things. And actually, there's something I really care about that I've not put down because I thought it was silly. And then the ability to have the clarity on the decision becomes easier. Now, you're always going to have difficult decisions in life, and there are things you're always going to regret because you're human. But it's taking the power out of that. It's taking the sting out of that so that you can do things anyway. Because There's nothing you regret more than not doing something. So a bit of food for thought and worth percolating on. If it's something you want to chat about, if there's a big life decision, work, play, relationships that you're struggling with and you want a little bit of light shone, give me a call, book in a coffee, come see me. You know, don't forget, everything's non-obligational. If you've seen my post before, you'll see that, you know, I do not condone working with people you don't feel comfortable with, never feel pushed to work with someone. Any good coach will talk to you regardless of whether or not you become business, because we're just serving, and that's what we do. All right, kids, so that's today's Emma Snippets on decision making. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of light. This is me and my millennial backpack signing out. All right, kids, ciao for now.